Hi, everyone. Just want to introduce myself and really excited to share the topic of our digital transformation program with you. My name is Mike Giresi. I joined Molex in October of 2019. I joined Molex from a company called Aramark, which was a fairly large global service provider of a lot of professional services. And prior to that, I worked at Royal Caribbean Cruise Line in a very similar role, focusing on how do we enable our customers to access and procure services and products in an elevated and differentiated manner. And I'm super excited to be here. It's great to meet you all. I realize we're doing it in obviously a virtual way, and maybe someday soon we'll be able to do it in person. Just to start initially, like I said, I've been here for a little over a year and a half almost now. The company is really excited about the program that we're building, and I think you'll find this interesting, at least I hope you do. Being in a B2B market, I think there was a perspective that, well, that's all good and well for direct-to-consumer businesses, but B2B is a little bit different. But I think what's happened is that on the B2B side, all of us are consumers. And whether we're at work or we're in our personal lives, the reality is we're looking at all those experiences from what is the best experience that I'm getting? Is it easier to work with Molex than the competition? Do I get what I need from Molex? Are they creating value for me in ways where other providers are not? And do I think you understand my value chain? Are you connected to that and helping me iterate innovation faster? When I joined the organization, Molex had a really strong perspective on what are the things that we need to be better at so that we're able to create value for our customer base. And there was a lot of research done from a marketing perspective, and we connected with a lot of customers and asked them, hey, what do you really love about our brand? And what do you think we could do better? And some of the things that rang true in terms of where people see value with Molex was the capability of our engineering talent, the reliability, integrity of our people, how we go to market, our willingness to over deliver, if you will, in terms of customer service and focusing on customer in terms of enabling you to all be successful. And all of those things ring true today. I mean, our company will work incredibly hard to meet your expectations and deliver in a way that hopefully helps you create value. Where the opportunities existed, if you will, were really around new product innovation in terms of specifically bringing products to market faster, having more agility in terms of meeting your demand, and the verticals that we compete in, and obviously with COVID coming forth, how the marketplace responded was very interesting in terms of specific verticals having much greater demand than what was expected, and some verticals being compressed for obvious reasons. Our ability on our supply chain to both forecast more effectively, but then respond, if you will, on the supply side, which in many ways is even more important. And then ultimately delivering this in a customer experience. So our transformation program is really focused on taking the customer experience, the things that you most value, that you're willing to invest and reward people for in terms of creating value for you and your customers, and then enabling our operating model or our employee experience to deliver on that. And I think this is really how we define digital. It's not about just creating new websites, creating new functionality so that you're able to get visibility to maybe order history or product information, pricing, things of that nature. It's really about making sure that we connect people to what the customer experience needs to be, and then we give them the tools and capabilities to deliver on that. And that's a lot of what our focus is. So this, if in a very short summary, customer experience is the heart of the transformation. We have to be completely consumer, customer-centric, and then enable our teams to deliver against that. And I'm very confident that that's the path that we're on. Obviously, it's a journey. It's not an overnight thing. So if we build a little bit in those key areas, what does that really look like? So first of all, we want to enable an end-to-end product lifecycle transformation. We want to be able to co-create both in terms of where you think you have needs and where the marketplace is going so we can bring forth innovative and strategic ideas, and then co-create them in a way where we're able to bring it to market faster. And this really requires us to have the capability down to our manufacturing floor so that as we receive the information and we go through the sample and pilot process, we're able to go into manufacturing very quickly. And we're not delayed. And that's all about giving our engineering and manufacturing talent the necessary tools so they're not trying to traverse multiple systems, multiple data sets. Much like other companies, Molex grew up in a very decentralized and global manner where lots of decisions around technical architecture were driven by need states within those specific locations. And I think part of what has to happen around data is that you have to have a clear definition of which data is valuable and how you're providing that to your team so they can ultimately execute in support of your expectations. What we currently have today is a pretty complicated infrastructure that, because there's lots of layers, if you will, of systems that we need to navigate, it takes longer for us to bring these products to market. We have a program called Fusion, which is completely focused on new product innovation, connecting to our manufacturing and operation capabilities, and optimizing that so that our engineering and manufacturing talent is not spending time on kind of manually transacting or chasing information or formatting data. They have the information they need, both internal and external, structured, unstructured data, so they can make the right decision and move quickly on your behalf. That's great, but if it doesn't connect to a supply chain that enables us to ultimately commercialize whatever that is that we're working on, we can bring a product to market very quickly, but then we can't support it. And that's not a good outcome. So what we're doing is we're integrating our sales and operational processes directly with our new product innovation and manufacturing lines so that we are working from one clear format, if you will, of data, process, and ultimately expectations. And connecting that to the customer is really the most important aspect of it. The customer experience is not just, as I mentioned, kind of the electronic tools or how you interface with us. It's really understanding where is your marketplace going, what matters to you, what are you trying to do to differentiate your capabilities, how do we help you with that, and how do we help you today and look forward to tomorrow. So that's really around making sure that our teams have the right functionality and capability to work with you and your engineering and obviously business leaders to understand your vision and your strategy and how we get to market faster. All of this work is happening under the digital transformation. So today, where we are on this is we're getting ready to start piloting our initial new product introduction and also innovation manufacturing processes at capability. And that's going to go live in a couple of our plants in Asia over the course of the first and second quarter of this year. And obviously, like anything we're going to do, we're going to find things that work really well, and then we're going to find some things that need to be modified. And our focus is really on that employee experience. Is it connecting people to the capability so that we can ultimately deliver on the speed and cycle of the new product innovation and the quality of that product? From a supply chain perspective, this program started a little bit ahead of where Fusion, which is our MPI program. So we're already advanced in some aspects of the supply chain, but right now where we're really focused is where I mentioned the sales and operational planning procedures. And that's key to this because ultimately being able to link our commercialization capabilities, everything from our category managers through our product managers, ultimately to providing the agility on the supply side that we need to bring products into the marketplace faster. So our focus is obviously we want to innovate quicker. We want to do it with a higher degree of quality. Obviously, we want to be cost competitive, but we also want to create value. So we want to make sure we're focused on the things that create the most value for you. And then from an execution perspective across our cross-functional teams, we have the right capabilities to commercialize the product at scale. And then delivering it to you in a way that works. So And why can't our new product innovation platform be extensible? Why can't we work on that dynamically? Why are we not able to capture data together, learn together? We can help you accelerate your product cycle development. How do we make sure that we're focused in the areas that make the greatest sense for you as we go forward? And that program also kicked off a little bit prior to our new product innovation program. So you're going to start to see some real changes in terms of how we start to interface with you, our customer, over the course of 2021. I think you'll see a lot more precipitous expansion of those capabilities in 2022. But in 2021, we're very focused on relaunching Molex.com, making sure that our sales and support teams have the right capabilities to ultimately respond to you with reduced cycles in terms of time, provide information in a more efficient and accurate manner, and hopefully help you do your jobs easier so that you're spending less time in terms of trying to figure out what we need to do to get to those successful outcomes. I think that ultimately our program is properly set on what our customers are asking us in terms of value add. I also think it's going to help us connect to the consumer. And working with you, our customer, and ultimately understanding where that consumer is heading, providing you insights. One of the advantages we have of being part of Koch Industries is that we have a presence in so many different verticals from an economic perspective, everything from heavy industrial to software and technology development, and even some retail with Georgia Pacific and some of those brands. Our ability to capture that information and present it to you, the customer, in a way that helps you understand our insights, where we think the customer is going, why we think we should be leveraging or investing heavier in certain areas, should be a value add to you if we're doing it effectively. A significant part of this digital program is giving those capabilities to the individuals that you're going to be interacting with, but also making sure that you can access that information on a more on-demand perspective. Our focus is making sure that we, as a primary strategic partner, are enabling you to be differentiated and more competitive. And we understand that the marketplace is only going to get more challenging. In summary, this is our focus. It's on its end-to-end business transformation capability with customer experience at the heart. We want to make sure that we are connected to where value is created for you. And we understand that there's going to be periods of time where the marketplace is more competitive and there's more challenge in terms of meeting and exceeding those customer expectations. We want to be there with you. We're investing in the tools. This is a significant investment that we're making across our infrastructure from an operating capability. And for sure, like I said earlier, it's not going to be perfect out of the box. We're going to have to iterate and experiment and hypothesize our way to success. If we do it effectively with partners who are interested in going with this journey with us, we're going to get to a more successful outcome. And ultimately, we want to feel like we're collaborating and building a better capability going forward. Okay, well, I thank everyone for their time, and best of luck. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to speaking with you further at some point in the near future. Thank you.